everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5. And welcome to this car that you've probably never seen before, apart from it was used in a thumbnail of a video a couple of weeks back. This is my Bansko. This is a cross between a Banshee and some classic car that I've forgotten the name of that's probably got Co at the end of it. It's not a Cisco. It's definitely not a Cisco. I can't remember what it's called. A Casco, maybe, I think. Anyway, this is one of my custom cars, and this is just a little preview of my upcoming little pack where I'm going to be including some of the cars that I have come up with inside of Menus Mods Object Spooner. But today, we're going to be looking at something that someone else has made, and I'm going to then attempt to make my own version, which is probably not going to be very good. But in today's video, I want to look at hover cars, which are cars that have basically had, well, we'll have a look and we'll see exactly what they are in a minute. I'm not going to spoil it too much and explain it before we see them. Before we get into all of that, though, there are going to be some comments and questions on the screen. If you would like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comments section below, and I will feature some randomly in the next video. You can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for that in the description. I just saw a modified car there. Let me just go back. Nice. Nice. I love just seeing custom cars randomly dotted around. That's pretty nice. Okay, actually, it's ugly, but it's nice that it's... This is the thing about modified cars. Everyone sort of has an opinion. It's like, oh, modified, I don't like that car. It looks rare. If you saw most of the cars that you think you hate in real life, you'd be like, oh, cool. You know, that's a car that someone's done in some way, even if you don't really like it. If I saw this in real life, I'd be like, yeah, but, you know, I wouldn't really own a car that looked like this myself. Anyway, that's about it for this. Let's actually look at the main meat of today's video. So I'm going to open up Menus Mod, and you might notice actually it's a bit different. I've been playing around with the themes and stuff. It's probably a different color to what you're used to if you're used to watching my videos. If we go to the vehicle options, vehicle spawner, and go to saved vehicles, you can see that we have DC Me Flying and Delorean Tribute. So I'm going to go with the Delorean Tribute first of all. Let's spawn her in. And there we go. Now, you might have noticed that I'm actually sitting higher up in this thing. That is because it's actually based on the Sand King XL. This is a completely drivable car. Now, interestingly, the sound of the engine... Let's just give this a listen. It's got a very interesting sort of sci-fi sounding... I don't know how they've done this. I don't know how they've managed to change how the engine sounds and all this sort of thing. That's incredibly cool. If any of you guys know, please let me know in the comment section, because I have no idea how he's done this, but it is freaking amazing. So this is based on the Sand King XL, and basically it's just so he can have him sitting higher, and it makes the car look floating when you put him up to like the same sort of position. So when the car is sort of matched where Michael's sitting inside of the Sand King, it's obviously a lot higher, so the car looks like it's floating, and that's how we get this full effect. Also note, this has got some cool little effects going on the bottom of this, which looks absolutely amazing and obviously gives it the effect of proper hovering. And this is obviously supposed to be based on the DeLorean from Back to the Future. So it's got like speakers, I think they are, which are meant to look like the boosters. Actually, let's just pull in here, somewhere we can pull in and have a look at this thing, because there's loads of little details in this thing that I'd love to show you. So now we're in first person mode. So the things that are holding the wheels on, these are some extra wheels. You can see the wheels without tires sort of hiding behind there. We've got some sort of wheels that actually look like DeLorean wheels, funny enough. I think they're off a Tornado. Could be wrong. There's also these things, which I don't know what they are. They look like some sort of scanner. These are supposed to look like they're holding the wheel on, which is rather interesting. Not my first thought if I was thinking of doing this myself, but rather interesting. We've got a bunch of... I don't know what these are. Sort of like... I don't know what they are, but they're sort of attached to there. And if we try and jump on, there we go, we can jump onto the invisible thing, because obviously this is still based on the Sand King. These are the speakers, and then we have a server rack, sort of instead of the back window, which is rather cool, and a blue screen of death going on. Or what looks like, oh, actually it might be a bias or something. I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Well, that looks pretty cool. And on the inside, there is actually a couple of extra bits as well. So let's just go on the inside here. Get in. There we go, and you can see that we've got this sort of screen going on. I don't know what this looks like, and we've got an alarm clock, and we've got some sort of digital readout that just says 149. I don't really know what that means. And as you can see, the whole back is completely full up because of the server thing that's attached to the back of this. I love this sound though. I have no idea how this sound comes about, but it's so cool. I think it's actually to do with that sort of spacey looking car. There's some sort of like weird space style old car thing that's in this game. It might be the sound from that, but I don't know how you can actually get the sound from that and put it on this car. That's the interesting bit to me. Oh god, I have no idea how they did that. So one of the things you could do, you're probably wondering, well, this is just a hover car, but how do you make this actually fly? Well, inside of Menus Mod, if we go to the vehicle options and we go down, there should be a fly mode somewhere down here. There it is. And it's going to give us some information on how to do it. So it's handbrake for up, sprint for down, accelerate for forward, brake for back, D for right, A for left. I'm actually using the Xbox One controller, so it's pretty much the same as just sort of driving a car. So let's see. Now we're hovering, and it's also got some extra sort of, it's actually got rid of all the sparks and stuff now we're flying, but it has given us a bunch of different particles instead. But look at this. We now have a proper hovering, flying hover car. This is absolutely amazing. It's kind of hard to handle with this mod, but just look at that. Oh, there we go. And now we're back on the ground. As soon as we're back on the ground again, all the sounds of the car appear back, because obviously it's running along the road, and we get all of our particles back as well. And if we actually lift up again, there we go. All the particles. Actually, the particles are staying this time. Maybe they'll stay if we go up in the air. Nope, okay, they've disappeared. I think it's perhaps because we're flying quicker than the particles can handle, because I can see the particles at the bottom sort of trying to keep up. I think we're just going way too fast for this thing. There we go. Now, this isn't the only car that is in this mod, or actually in this little pack of cars that are for Menus Mod. So let me just go down here, land, jump out. That would do nicely. And let's just spawn in the next one. So let's go to Vehicle Spawner, Save Vehicles, and go to the DC Me Flying. And here we are. This one's actually based on a monster truck, because this needs to be a little bit higher. This is based on... Oh, we can't actually look around because we're in fly mode. So let's just fly somewhere first, and then we'll have a proper look at it. Just look at this, though. This looks absolutely amazing. So this has actually got a big, massive thing at the back of it that I don't know what it is. Let me just land in the airport, seeing as we're flying. I think that sort of matches what we're doing here. Let's land. Here we go. And down. Terrible landing, but it will do. Right, let's turn this off and have a look around. So first of all, in the interior... Oh, by the way, I should note that I think my car is sort of burning out because of that crash, but on the inside, there's not much that's actually been changed. There's not much on the dashboard. In fact, there's nothing interesting or additional at all. But if we get out and have a look, we have bins in this thing that are actually supposed to be the boosters, which is a rather interesting take on this. So obviously we still have the wheels. They have to kind of hide in there, but we have these to look like boosters. And again, we have all of these things emitting particles, so they look like big boosters, and that's what makes it look like it's hovering. On the top here, I don't know what this is. I can't actually jump up. That's the problem. It's so high that I can't actually jump up and have a look. Hang on, I might have to go up this way and have a look. There we go. Through the power of mods, I've been able to get onto the top, and I think this is something to do with the fire brigade. I think, what is that? That's, oh, it's nitrogen. I don't know what that's for. Perhaps it's for a meth lab or something like that. Well, that's the strap to the back of it. I guess it's supposed to make it look like the engine and stuff that makes it hover. So this is a Dubster 6x6 that's turned into a hover Dubster 6x6 that is named DC Me Flying. There we go. So I'm going to try and make my own one. Now, I know that I'm not going to spend ages trying to find loads of different things. I just want to make something rather primitive just so we can get a sort of proof of concept. So let's just get into this thing. So I'm going to go down to the object spooner, and I'm going to do something a little bit different now. I'm actually going to be using spooner mode. I've been playing around with this, and I find that spooner mode is actually quite helpful. Actually, before we do all that, shall I get rid of all of the stuff that's in the database because we've been spawning these cars in? There we go. Now we can start again. So let's just go to spawn entity into world, and let's find something that we can... Actually, let's first of all get the Sand King, so just so we've got... In fact, it's going to be an off-road, isn't it? Let's grab our Sand King so we've got something nice and high. There we go. There's our Sand King. So we've got a nice high seating position to start off our hover car. Let's go to... Perhaps let's go to Super, and maybe we can make a hovering T20. I always like doing stuff with the T20, so let's make a flying T20 in this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Manage Entity Database, going to go to the Sand King, and I'm going to make this one fireproof. I'm going to make it invincible. I just want to make sure that nothing ever happens with this thing because I'm going to be making it invisible. And now we're going to get the T20. I'm going to turn off the collisions for this one, and then I'm going to go to Attachment Options, Attach to Sand King. Right, now I am actually going to get out of the spooner mode at this point because I want to jump in so I can get my seating position all lined up. So there we are. Now we're sitting in it. And by the way, this is why I'm using spooner mode, because you can really get up close, especially when you're sitting inside. So you can just see things a hell of a lot better this way. So now we've got to make the T20 line up to where he's sitting. So let's just go to that. Let's go to the T20. Let's go back to our attachment options. And we're just going to crank this up. There we go. Now he is going to be sitting outside of the bottom. I hadn't really thought this through, obviously, because this is quite a small car. I don't know. Let's just try and line this up a bit better, though. So let's go on the X. Like that. I guess that's sort of lined up central with the wheel. Then we're going to go back. Like that, as far as he can go before he's starting to go inside of the chair, which I think he is. Actually, I think he's right on the edge. He looks alright, though. He looks like he belongs in there, even though his legs are hanging at the bottom. And we make him just a little bit higher, just because it's going to be a lot better. And also, it looks like he's going to be holding the wheel this way, even if he is looking a little bit tall there. There we go. So how much is his leg sticking out the bottom? Still a lot, but I think we can sort of ignore that for the point that this is supposed to be a proof of concept. So now let's go to the menu customs, and I want to get rid of all the tyres on this thing. Let's just pop all those tyres just so they're out of the way. And I'm also going to make them off-road wheels just so they're a little smaller. There we go. I just want to make them as small as possible, and they're black, which is pretty helpful. In fact, I might try, what other ones have we got here that's darker? Rock crawler. That one's darker. We'll go with that one. Perfect. Now, this is one of the good things about using the spooner mode. If we go back to the spawn into world thing, we go to objects, we now get a little preview of what we're spawning in. So now I can search for bin, and it's not like with the other video where I was trying to search for ages for a chair. This one I can actually just completely preview it first. So I'm going to find a bin that looks suitable. These ones have got rubbish sort of dotted around them. We got that one. We have this one that's got rubbish that's no good. There's that one, which that actually looks pretty good. I mean, there's got some rubbish in the middle of it, but you're not going to see that from the outside. So that one's a possibility. Then we have these are too big. I think they're too big. They're too square. They're not going to fit right. That's not the right thing. We need one with a hole on the top. We've also got these things here. And let's just keep going. I think there's going to be some more down here. Some more bins. More bins. Still not found the one that we've used in that other mod, in that other car. I don't know where that's going to be. There's still so many things. Look at all these different bins. We have that one. Is that slightly smaller or is that the same size? I think that's about the same size. And this is also good because you can compare sizes so you can get the right object for the car or whatever it is you're building. So looking for all these bins, I think we might just go with what we've already got here. So I'm just going to go back out and I'm going to get rid of this one because that's the sort of dirty looking one. I want it to look nice and clean. So now I'm going to go to this. I'm going to attach it to the T20 just because it's more central to the T20 than the Sanking. And now it's just a case of fitting it all in. So I'm going to go to scroll sensitivity and turn that up because I want to use the roll and flip it all the way around to about 180. In fact, it's going to be a bit off, I think. I'm not sure they're going to be exactly straight down. So I'm just going to go for this one for now. And where is she gone? There it is. Let's just move it over here. There we go. And across. That's the wrong way. There we go. Move that. It's just a bunch of juggling about. Move that back up there. Move that down. Now, I think these are probably going to be a bit too big for this, so it is going to look weird. There's actually not that much space below where it's hovering because of this. Oh my god, this looks ridiculous. Okay, this looks ridiculous. But anyway, as I said, it's a proof of concept model. It's not really going to be serious. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. And that should add another one to the database there. So now it's already the same sort of position and everything. So all I have to do is just move it down here. There we go. And now we'll have it on the back. There we go. Nicely done. I mean, it is sort of... Can I just get it so it's not... There we go. Now it's probably hiding the wheel. That's pretty good. And now we just have to do the same on the other side. So I'll just go back, go to copy, go back to our second one. Attachment options. Go across this way. There we go. And obviously we're just going to have to flip around the positioning so it's pointed round. So that was about 188. So we'll do this about 172. Oh, I probably should have turned the scroll sensitivity up, but it's okay. We'll just let it go. Okay, I couldn't be bothered to wait for that. There we go. Down there to 172. That should be about the same as it is on the other side, the same sort of angle. So now I'm just going to try and get the position because obviously this is sticking way too far out. Let's just go back. So it's sort of, I'm guessing, flush with the arch. Is that how we did it there? Oh, it's actually kind of stuck in. So a bit more than that. There we go. I think that's about it. And then we just have to copy that one. Go back to copy. Go back out. Move that one down. And all we have to do is just move that down to the front. And that's going to be our little hovery things. Our little hover shoots, rocket things, whatever they're going to be. There we go. 4 bins. It looks silly, but there we go. So now we have to worry about the thing that's going to emit particles. And what I noticed with the cars that we looked at was they used something small like a ball, and then they just made it hidden and then made it emit particles. So that's what I'm just going to do for this one. I'm going to do the same sort of thing. So I'm going to go to Objects, Search, Ball. There we go. And let's just find something pretty simple. There we go. There's a football right there. And I'm just going to use that. So let's just go to Manage Entity Database. Go to that one. And I'm going to attach it to that bin right there. There we go. Are we going to attach it? There we go. Now it's all attached. And it should be, if we look inside, right at the top of the bin. Oh, we can't actually see because there's rubbish in the bin. But I think it... There it is. There it is. It's right at the top of the bin. Right, perfect. Now I'm going to use a different particle for this one than what was used in the video. Or what was used, sorry, in the mod earlier in the video. So I'm going to go to Trigger FX. And I'm going to go to Loop on Entity. And I'm going to go to Flame. And... there we go. Now, the fact that I made the car not be set on fire earlier now makes sense. I might have to do the same to the T20 whilst we're at it. There we go. Fireproof. Invincible. There we go. And now what I could have done is I could have hidden the ball, but in this case, because it's hidden inside of the thing, I don't need to do that. But I could, of course, just go to that and it be made invisible, and all you'd be able to see is the particle being emitted. So if I was to move it now... let's go to attachment options and let's just move it out a bit. There you go. It's now just an invisible thing. And if I go back and make it visible again, there you go. You can just see it's a ball that's just emitting particles. And you could actually just then go to attachment options. You could actually go to, let's turn this pulse sensitivity up a bit. You can go to roll. And obviously you can make it point in whatever direction you want. But we want ours to point down. Okay, so there's that one in like that. All we're going to have to do is the same thing again. Copy. Go round, attachment options, and all we have to do is just move it to the... where's that one going? Where's that one going? Are we moving that back? Is that going back? I can't actually see. Oh, I just remembered. When you copy it, you have to go to Trigger FX and stick in the thing again. So, this is going to flame. That's where it ended up. That was actually pretty close. There we go. That actually almost worked out fine. That's pretty good. And all we have to do is just copy it again and do the same for the other side. And obviously, where I'm moving this on this side, it's actually angled to be like the other bin. So what I could do is actually, I could get rid of this one. Let's just delete this one. And all we have to do is just spawn in another ball and do the same for the other side. So it's actually going to attach to... what we could do is we can go to that and go to copy. That could be the third one. And all we have to do is just reattach. We could detach, then attach to one of the bins on this side. There we go. And that should, once we add in our trigger effects... go to flame. It should now be pointing the right way. There we go. It's now pointing the right way. That makes sense. That's looking good. Now let's just move our final one back into the bin. And there we go. All done. Perfect. Now we have... let's just go out of spooner mode as well so we can drive this thing. There we go. Whoa! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I missed something. I forgot something. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I almost forgot. Every single thing you attach to your car has to have the collisions turned off, or that happens. So, guess what happened? Oh dear. So, I just completely messed this whole thing up. And it's now, I don't even know, it's not even attached to anything, it's detached itself because I got rid of the collisions. Remember guys, do that before you turn spooner mode off, before you start moving the car. All that's going to happen. Ah, dear. Well, actually, good thing is, I happen to have made something earlier. So let's check that out. Okay, so thankfully I did actually make something earlier. So let's just go to this one. Go to spawn. And here we are. Here is my floating Prius. And all we have to do, you might actually, I've even got a little thing that says hover car on the number plate there. All I have to do now is just go back to vehicle options, go down to the fly mode. And then... I will have a full floating car. which is pretty damn awesome. Let's just turn that off. Whoop. And down we go. And also, there are other things you could do. Instead of spawning it, instead of actually attaching it to a Sand King or something like that, what you can actually do is attach it to something like a Hydra and do the exact same thing. So here is a Prius Hydra that I made earlier with our flames that can fly. There we go, check that out. There is our flying Prius, which looks absolutely amazing. But there we go, guys, that is it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting and subscribing. And of course, these Priuses are a little bit of a sneak peek into the little Prius pack that I'm going to be making, that I'll probably do a video on announcing where you can download it sometime in the next week, hopefully. So there we go, guys, that is it. I will see you all next time. Goodbye!